Hardware, man. SBP. Got the Latin American camera.
They got some trainers say, and some fighters say, "Well, I don't watch videos of the guy fighting. I let the coach watch it." Hey, man.
Guys, one thing we know for sure about Wilder, he hit you clean. Right. And this woman whooped the whole world twice. The whole world.
Good morning. What's going on Facebook, YouTube? It's your boy Fresh along with Coach Derek Collinsworth, aka Big Chief Paleface.
That's me. Welcome back, Fresh. I know you was overseas saving lives and building huts for the Aborigines, man. I like to welcome you back. I heard you was digging wells and everything. Well, you was managing the digging of the wells. You was saying, you was pranking and saying, right there, dig the well. That's what you was doing.
Man, it's good to be back. I missed y'all. Shit, man, I was gone for a couple of weeks, couple episodes, and I forgot how to run the dang program. Took us about 10 extra minutes to get online, but
and when I was doing, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So soon as they could talk and that bitch say live, I said, let's run it, let's go, and just let that bitch go. It's probably all kind of outtakes and shit I don't know on the internet.
I'm gonna have to go back and check out what you recorded on the software.
Yeah, ain't no telling, bro. I probably was picking my nose and every fucking thing, man. Trying to figure that shit out.
Well, it feels good to be back. Happy Saturday. Hope everyone's having a great day.
Yeah, man,
We've had a lot of boxing going on as of late, man. We got a lot to catch up. We got our guest today. Why don't you go ahead and introduce him, D? Who we got?
Man, this is a young undefeated lightweight, huh, Josh? 35 or 40?
Yeah, I'm 40 right now, but I'm eventually move back down to 35.
This young undefeated lightweight man out of Philly, a good friend of mine, man, out of Philly. He's an old head. He's about 10 years older than me. We talk that Philly shit, man. We talk that Benny Briscoe. We talk all that shit, man. So, Josh. What you got? 7 fights? 7-0, right?
Yeah,
7-0?
6-0 with 3 knockouts, 1 draw.
Okay, Joshua Jones, man.
Welcome to the show, Josh, man.
Absolutely.
This morning.
Yeah, it's a pleasure for y'all to have you, man. It's been a good morning. Y'all got fresh off a run.
That's how you win. That's how you win right there.
Yeah.
I want to jump off by asking this, man. Being from Philly, there's like Coach just said, man. There's a lot of history. There's a lot of boxing that comes out of Philly. You as a fighter and being from Philly, how much of that history is ingrained in you? Are you part of a new wave of boxing, or did you study the history of Philly boxing?
I study the history, but I still watch like the new wave kids, how they coming up. I learn from everybody. So, I came up in an era with Rasheed Jefferson, Danny Garcia, Julian J. Rock Williams, Carl Dynamite Dargan, and with Nazem Richardson, Rock and Tiger Island. Like, I came up under them. But it's like now, like the new wave that's coming now, it's like you got to make adjustments for them, And so I still pick and take from both generations, and I watch both of them.
Good deal, man. I'm a huge J-Rock guy. Fresh to tell you, but being a Muslim man, he was doing a talk at the masjid in Dallas, and my imam, the brother who married me and my wife, man, was out there doing so. He said, man, you know J-Rock? I said, yeah, I know who that is, man. I said, man, get him on the podcast, man. I want to get this brother on the podcast. And we weren't never able to sort it out. It was in the middle of the pandemic, and then it was right after, or was it before? Right after the banana thing, man. So I hadn't even try to pursue it. But yeah, I'm a huge J-Rock guy, man. Shout out to J-Rock, man. I hate that he got injured for this fight. Yeah. I wanted to see him back in there, doing this thing, man.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Absolutely. I think he changed trainers, huh?
Yeah.
I think he's out. I think he went to where he went to? Was he in Cali? He went to Cali, huh? Somewhere?
Yeah, I forgot the guy's name. That got him, but he out Cali. He been training out like the Snack Center and stuff.
Nice.
Man, so you've been doing this boxing thing for a while. What got you into the sport, man?
It was a punishment. You know,
how many times do we hear that shit?
Yeah, coming from Philly. You know, I was young at it. Like my dad was in and out of jail, you know, and I was with my mom, so I was getting in trouble. Like I'm a young kid running around. But I loved to fight, so I was fighting in school on the corner of my block. No matter where we was at, I always got into a fight. So my dad caught me fighting on the corner one day when he came home. He was like, "You like to fight, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He like, "I'm gonna take you somewhere where they like to fight." I'm in my head like, where could you take me where they let to fight? Like, you know, this is something I do. Like, so he took me to a boxing gym, and I actually sparred my first day in the boxing gym. Got dropped and everything with a body shot. They made the fighter go to the body. Dropped me with a body shot. I'm on the floor like crying, like, "Dad, I don't want to box anymore." My brother outside the ring, he like, quit. So my dad like, "Nah, dude, like we ain't doing this, ain't doing nothing, we quit." And he like, this is a punishment. He like, "But if you can beat the kid up that dropped you, you can stop boxing." Like he made that my goal. So sure enough, like 2 months in the gym, 2-3 months. Like I was adapting fast because I wanted to. I'm a kid. I ain't letting my dad down. Like he seen me get beat up, so it ain't gonna happen over. So
right.
I get back in the ring with the kid like 2 months later, maybe even 3 months. I do the thing to the kid, and then I'm smiling, looking at my dad like, "Dad, I like boxing." Dad, like,
I don't want to quit anymore.
He like, "So what you want to do? You want to stop or you want to keep going?" I'm like, "I want to keep going." But he was like, "You know, with this, if you keep going, it's like we're not gonna play with it. We're gonna go full throttle. We're gonna take it all the way." I ain't think nothing of it. So I just kept it going. You know, when kids start having their holidays, their birthdays and all that, they go to parties. I'm getting ready for tournaments and fights. So I ain't have no birthday, no party. Wasn't able to really be with my friends like that.
Have heard this version too, man. For the young guys who start off so early, man, it's a hard and finish the story, brother. But that it's a hard thing to do, man, for a kid, for an adolescent to see his homies, even if it's just they playing football, they playing basketball, they doing all this here, man, and shit. I want to be part of that team, A lot of times, boxers get on teams though. Them young boxers and start saying, "Man, you lost the game. I ain't lose the game, bro." So it don't fit. It don't really fit with a boxer, But that adolescence, the school dances, the little girlfriends, even jobs. Some kids who don't got it, they gotta get a gig. They want to get a gig because that's where you veer off. If you don't go get the gig, you go do something else. Yeah. So. It's a repeated story that a lot of fighters, have that story, their version of that story, man. Absolutely, bro.
But not only that, one of the things that I'm finding to be very true is, we'll hear stories of fighters that come in and say, "Well, I was acting up, or I was always fighting, so my parents or my dad or my mom took me to the gym." And no matter what the outcome is, whether, because we've heard both sides, whether it was someone like Josh who said, "Oh, I got dropped, and that made me want to keep fighting," or the deal was, I'm not going to quit until something happens. Or if you're on the other side and you do good your first time, then all of a sudden you fall in love with it. Boxing is such a character test, and no matter what you do that first day, whether you win or you lose or you do well or you don't do well, you're gonna find out real quick if boxing's for you. And there ain't no line in it. If you come back that second day, well, you know exactly what you're gonna get yourself into and what's gonna be required of you.
Yeah.
So you went back. You got redemption.
Yep. And it was all from there. I had my first amateur fight 6 months in the gym.
Who was training you, bro? Who was training you? Your dad or?
My dad, and it was some guy, because my dad was locked up with Bernard Hopkins, like when they was locked up. And so he used to box in jail. So he helped like do my conditioning and stuff. But it was a guy at Front Street Boxing Gym, a guy named Joe Black. He really didn't know what he was doing. But my dad took the chance with him. I was with him. I would train with him for a year. And then I moved to Joe Frazier's gym, where I was training there for 5 years under a trainer named Tony Hicks, Val Colbert, and I was training with Smoking Joe. Joe Frazier used to come down there on weekends and train me. His son Marvin Frazier used to come down there and train us during the week. His nephew Tommy Frazier. We had like a whole squad, where they used to all come down there and work with us.
Dude. And not to get away, I won't continue your story, bro. But Joe Frazier, man, my God, man, tremendous. Whatever word it takes to describe what a fighter needs, man, to be a fighter, to be a successful, to be a world champion, man. He's it, bro. Yeah. He is it, man. And correct me if I'm wrong, man. Isn't the Frazier gym gone now, or is it still up?
It's gone. It's a furniture store now.
Oh,
bro, when I tell you that breaks my heart, man. But it's the same old story, ain't it?
Yeah.
With boxing, nobody don't. There's a cat just to say. There's a cat has a YouTube channel. I just accidentally found it. I guess from boxing. Yeah. And he went into the what's the brothers up in Brockton? Who had Marvin Hagler? The Italian dudes. Boy, they gonna get on me for this.
Who?
The brothers who built Marvin Hagler and managed them, trained them, the whole 9 yards. Say, Josh, put your phone on Do Not Disturb, and if somebody calls or something, it won't knock us off.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to do.
You got it. All right, we good. Damn, what was the brother's name from anyway, long story, bro, they gonna kill me for getting that. Petronelli, the Petronelli brothers. There was a cat, man, who was a real estate guy, got a channel, and I guess because it was boxing, he had boxing in it. Mm-hmm. He was in the Petronelli's gym, bro, in the middle of Brockton, Massachusetts, which goes back to Rocky Marciano, right? And it's fucking dead, bro. It's nobody's in it, it's boarded up. And the real estate guy went in there to film because he's trying to sell it, right? He's trying to rent it out. Bro, Marvin Hagler posters was still on the wall. Marvin Hagler's locker, the lockers that was on the wall with the tape with his name, that shit's still in there, bro. Just boarded up. Nobody just walked off on it, man. That's a recurring story, just like the other, man, that these great gymnasiums, bro, that just go down. But Joe Frazier, man, that's how
they did it, bro. Like, my stuff is still in my locker in that gym.
And just locked down. That's it. Yep. Gotta go. It's sad, it's heartbreaking, it's gut-wrenching, but I think it hits a little different when for guys my age who, and I'm not necessarily old, but at 44, 45 years old, my pa was so old that I was raised old and had, and learned about all these great men and their history about Joe Frazier being in the Olympics and how he fought a certain way, and then he was blinded in his eye, and as a pro, he went a whole nother way to fight to move. People don't even know that shit, bro. I mean, I say it to people, but people don't even know that. You tell them, man, you know, Joe Frazier couldn't really see out this eye, right? And they go, what? And he beat Ali? Yeah. That was Joe Frazier, man. Yeah. People don't even 5 foot nothing, man. 200 something, barely 200 something pounds. But when I listen to George Foreman say, and he said this repeatedly publicly, and I love Big George too, the hero of mine. Big George said, man, I was scared to death of fucking Frazier. The best thing they told me was when you go out there to face off, when the ref giving you instructions, you look that man in the eye and you don't look away. He said, because that's the first battle, you know, whoever walk away. He said he was there, and he said he never took his eyes off Frazier because he wanted to see if Frazier looked away, looked down, and seen his fucking knees shaking. He said, I was scared to death. He said, I was scared to death of this man, bro. He said, I thought I could be a champion. Sure enough, I thought I could be heavyweight champion if Joe Frazier dies. I say, boy, this fucking guy here, man. This and his gym's closed. And the gym's boarded up and closed, man. But I didn't want to take it to a negative spot, brother. But you went to man, history just being in there, man. I could imagine, man. I never been up there. I never been around your way, bro. So I know I'll never get to see it.
I drive past it every day.
Damn. How was it?
It'd be good if a group of investors went around to all the cities and kept those gyms open, man.
Yeah.
They got to be able to find a way to make money and sustain
we such a poor man's sport. Such a poor man's sport, bro. That if the city, I think, in situations like that, if the city doesn't get behind it and keep it a what they call those things. Historical landmark, then you know, and put budget. Motherfuckers steal money all day. You can't put a budget aside to keep the lights on, motherfucker. You run the energy, bro. You run the lights. Just plug us on up, man. You ain't even got to spend no money. Just plug us up, man.
Just run an extension cord.
Yeah, just plug us up, man. Look. When you go to cutting all them poor people lights on, when you get to Joe Frazier, just skip that motherfucker and keep going, man. Hey, bro. Yeah, man. That's how I feel about that. But so how was he as a dude? He was a good dude or what?
He was
little cranky.
Yeah, he was strict on us. He ain't like long hair. He ain't like earrings, and he was on our ass about training. He used to come down there every Saturday and train us. Like nobody could train us on Saturday but him, and we had to do everything. He'll work out with us, even as old as he got, bro. He'll work out with us, but we had to do everything he did.
Smoke, man. Smoke was the first guy I heard of that did the combat boots. Didn't matter if it was raining, snow, whatever, you know, hot. He did the combat boots, man.
Yes, he did. And he'd come down there when he walk on the treadmill, he'd put them boots on.
See what I'm saying? Man, oh man, this is a guy.
Just walk the treadmill.
I promote that. I promote that brother every time I open my mouth, man. He's definitely top 5 heavy all time for me. Yeah. And he leaning towards, you know, he ain't the bottom. That's a bad dude, bro. It's just, you know, like I say, every characteristic you looking in the fighter, man, it's Smoking Joe Frazier, man. Smoking Joe Frazier was it, man. He was the and to say he lost to who? He lost to Big George.
Yeah, Muhammad Ali.
That's it, huh?
Yeah. Wait.
And he beat Ali and he lost Ali. And I know he lost to Big George at the end. So hey man, he ran through and he was knocking out them boys that Ali was beating on the way up. Yeah. You know, hey, that dude was special, man. Special ain't a big enough word, man. But yeah, man. So you was working over there at the Frazier gym.
Yes, sir.
So who you was working with Smoke when he'd be up there at Marvis Frazier? And who you say was the other guy?
Nephew Tyrone Frazier.
Okay.
Yeah. Like their whole family came down there and trained us. You know, because it was a family thing. You know, they had a whole family gym. And like we all became family. You know, everybody that came in there not even once you made the team, just everybody being in there, we all built like a family relationship with each other. So
Right.
we had barbecues, all types of stuff. Like it wasn't just in the gym. We made a relationship outside the gym. Like, I still talk to him till this day. Still talk to the family, his nieces, his daughters, his nephews, everybody, grandkids.
Awesome, man. Awesome,
Yeah.
bro. That's a privilege, bro, to be around that brother, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. I read his book when he put out his training book and shit. Like all that shit's right. All that shit's right, man. I was like, the smoke is giving y'all the game. Y'all better suck it up, man. That I'm afraid of fan, bro. That's my wife's. It's funny. That's my wife's favorite heavyweight. I didn't promote him or nothing. One day we was in there and she said, because we got together and she was in her mid 20s. I was maybe 21 or 2 or something. And so getting around me, she had to come around boxing, right? So I be watching the fights and what I had on one day, I had Smoke versus I think Ali the first one, right? And she looks, she say, well, hell, that's he's fighting. Ooh, that's bad. Oh man, who is this? And I went to running down Smoke Frazier, man. So from now on, for the rest of this was 20 years ago, Josh. 20 years later, when a heavy comes, she'll be looking at him. Especially local. If we had the local shows, so she looking at him. So what you think, mama? And he couldn't fuck with no Smoke Frazier. Smoke Frazier. I said, yeah, you right too. she loves it, brother. He just an aggressive, that aggressive, full on slipping and coming forward, man. So we partial to Frazier over here, man. So you continued fighting amateur. Who did you end up? You said the first guy was kind of freestyling, but who did you end up really with for your amateur career?
Right after they shut Joe Frazier down, I went with Hamza Muhammad, the one that trained Steven Coolboy Steph Fulton. His
okay.
I've been with them for like 8 years.
Okay. That's that's who you with now?
Nah, I went with Boozy Ennis and Jerron Ennis. They been around. It was around out because I was around them around the time when I was training at those Frazier. We used to go down there and spar them all the time. Like, so they already knew like my history and all that because we used to be back and forth, go from gym to gym. Like we had that relationship.
I met Boots and his dad, man. We fought them, man, on Top Rank, man. We fought a young kid out y'all gym named Fresh. Who was that kid we fought out of Philly?
Who?
Man,
Robert?
I don't mean to forget. It was like 2 fights ago. Rivera.
Oh, Carlos.
Carlos Rivera, man, is when I got to meet your trainer then, man, and Boost and them, man. Good guys, man. Very hospitable, and we ran, through the whole. We was on the T.O. Lopez. Yeah, we was on that card, man. So I met them guys, man, and your coach seemed like a great guy, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You been over there a while?
Yeah, I've been over here. Years.
So you had a fight this year earlier in January, huh?
Yeah, 47. But 47, just through the pandemic, like putting weight on, and like the guy, it was some guy that was having the car, and he had asked about me, and like I was already training though down here. Like we trained, like I was training with Boots and them because they was in camp for their fights. So I just coming around, me being me and training as hard as them. And so he like, what you think about fighting next week? He like, if they call, I'm like, yeah, like why not? He like, cause they called for you. Like it was some guy that knew me, since I was a kid. So it was like, all right. He's like, is that 47? Oh yeah, I'm already at 47 because I was big as hell. Pandemic, I put on a lot of weight, so I just took it and stopped the kid.
And you got any plans for fighting again this year or what?
You're fighting this weekend.
This weekend. That's right. Yeah. My bad.
Yeah.
You fighting? You say it's in Philly, huh?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You ready? What you gonna weigh? What you fighting at?
140. Yeah, I'm ready. Like I said, I'm eventually gonna get back down to 35 because that's my regular weight. But I'm just you know, I'm just taking it one fight at a time and getting my body back down and getting it back used to like being low and all that and staying there. You know, because that pandemic, that joint shot me up a lot.
Everybody, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody, man.
Open, you stressing, you can't fight. Like, man, I was
Spinning your wheels, man. Feeling like what I'm doing, man. Yeah. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Are you
myself up to 160, like 165? I'm like, what the fuck? I never been here before.
You should have told your people, man. I'm coming. Call Triple G, tell him I'm coming, man. I'm coming for that motherfucker.
Let's get it.
Let's go, man. Shit. Give me some of that good match room money, man. Let's run it, man. Are you Jazz, are you manage, you got a promoter, or you just building up right now?
I ain't got nobody, bro. Like
you just move.
I'm just moving because before this, like I had to take some time off. I had took years off because I lost my brother, my cousin, and my uncle all in the same year. And it was like like my family, we a close family. Like we all like real loving. And when something happened, we love hard. So when something happened to one of us, it's bad. So I'm like, man, I need some time. Like I gotta get my mind together before I even try anything. Cause my brother and my cousin used to always be around me in the gym, go with me to the gym, go with me to all my fights. When I'm in camp, they there. Like it was like a close relationship. So I'm like, every time I go in the gym, I thought about them. My mind wasn't there. So I'm like, man, I just need a break. See, and then start going through it with my son, mom, relationship stuff, moving out and all that. Like, you know, it was too much on me. Like, and certain people go crazy and don't come back for that type stuff. So I'm like, man, I just need a break. I need a break.
You know, as men, one thing I do say about society right now that I'm for, because I ain't for much. I ain't for much with what's going on, especially here at home. You know, the way we leaning as a country. But one thing I do like though is this.
Yeah,
I like how mental health and mental, it's no longer taboo. In other words, my father was a man's man, bro. 6'5", 300 pounds. When he walk in the room, motherfuckers got out the way. He fought. You know, he was every description of a tough guy, right? But at home with me, especially me, it was loving, man. You know, hugging the whole 9 yards. You know, I love you, son. I love you, dad. It wasn't none of that. Man, do some push-ups. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't none of that shit because now I think because he was a tough guy. Yeah. In other words, he wasn't proving he's a tough guy. Motherfucker, I knocked your dick in the dirt, man. But the thing is, he loved his children. He loved my mother. He loved people. He loved kids. Well, not people, kids, animals. You know, he had much time for people. But the thing is, man, I think people are understanding. Wait a minute, man. Our fathers and our leaders, the household heads of the household, that suck it up shit, man. You wasn't sucking it up. That's why you came home from work every day. Now you did your responsibility. You went to work. You took care of your family, but then you fucking drank a case of beer every night. You know, you did this, you did that. It's because we didn't have, you know, back in the game, especially my father's generation. He was born in 23. You know, you think those guys coming home from World War II wasn't as fucked up as Vietnam vets? Or of course they were. Now, they were taught and trained to busy themselves, right, as men with work, with this, because you got a child, you got this and that. But that mental health was still there, man. That shit was bubbling. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of things going on at the house, but they was also trained that what goes on in this house. Come on, both of y'all know I'm Irish, you Mexican, you black. We always talk, we all ethnic something. taught us, hey, what goes on in this house stays in this house. And you don't go tell nobody. But the problem with that is you can't stuff that shit down, man. When you got a child that's, when you got a child that's 6, 7, 8, them formidable years is, I think they say to 8, 9 years old is where you get your first core of who you're gonna be. Yeah. And when that 8, 9-year-old child's pop's been locked up the whole time, right? And he or in and out and shit, that 8 or 9-year-old child's freestyling, bro. How to be a dude, a boy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I like today how it seems like it's no longer mental health issue. Even the term mental health is no longer man, what you talking about? I mean, we still got idiots, but I'm saying it's more so today people are going, oh shit, that dude's going through some shit, man. Let him figure that out. Or maybe, hey bro, you good? You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Hey man, you good? That's
all it takes.
That's all it
and also too, when you think about it, the amount of technology has a huge fucking role in it. You go to these smaller countries where they're not as advanced, like if you go to Mexico or you go to these third world countries, you still find a certain lifestyle where you don't deal with the fucking the stress,
pressure of life,
and
right?
The pressure of the constant goal. You're dealing with so much on the plate. You're like, you go to Mexico right now, and I'm talking about 2021. You go to certain parts of Mexico or these third world countries, Latin or even in remote parts of the world. They don't have that. Motherfuckers are still walking to work. They're, still there's parts of the world that still take naps in the middle of the afternoon. So we live in a day and age where everything's so fucking fast and there's so much that your fucking brain starts overloading you. We have no choice but to acknowledge, like, shit.
You got a point there. I never thought of it like that.
We got to hit the brakes,
And here's the truth, bro. Where I'm from, there's parts of the city that's still a third world country, bro. Yeah. There's people that couldn't get out of Katrina, man. It's so, you don't have to, and Fresh, I say this a lot. You don't have to sympathize with shit. Sympathy is for the birds, right? But empathy, man, if you can't empathize, that shows an inability in you to understand a problem. So people didn't understand, like when I came to Houston, man, and I came to Houston the first time, 99, went back in 03, came back from Katrina, right? And I would hear some people, not a lot, because Houston, man, we got problems like everywhere, but god damn, the people in Texas, man, well, in Houston are great people, bro, to me, as a whole. Great people, bro. Every time there's something going on across the country, they get involved, let alone here, right? But there was those fucking idiots, right? And you would sit there in a barber shop or the restaurant or the grocery store, whatever it is, and you would hear people say, "Well, why them people just didn't leave? They knew this shit was coming." And I said, you have no fucking idea about the life that goes on where I'm from. You have no clue that this 80-year-old woman haven't been out the city, let alone barely ever lead the project. She's so old now, she's sending people to go get the shit from the store. But a car, are you out of your mind? What are you talking about, bro? And so what I'm saying is, you as a human being, you can say, well, fuck those people. I'd rather you say that. I'd rather you say, man, fuck those people, because then at least I know where we at. At least I know who you are. And I don't got to waste my time trying to explain some shit, right? Yeah. But sometimes people say things, right, that they just don't understand. And so if you explain it to them, they'll go, oh, shit. Yeah, man. People were drowning and dying, man. And not to harp on Katrina, but I'm saying people don't really understand what Fresh is saying. Yeah. It's third world, bro, in some places, man. It's and I'm so Philly. I ain't never been there, brother, but I heard about, I know people from Philly and shit. So, it's a ghetto in every city, man. And people, if you don't get it, then you just don't get it, man. So I'd rather just know who I'm playing with, bro. And today I'm saying with the technology, fresh, I think people, we overload and shit like you said, and I think more regular, let's say, the average Joe Schmo who just wants to watch the game on Sunday and work and come home and play with his kids, and that I think he's starting to say, hey, this suck it up shit ain't the way to go. You know what I'm saying? It's too much shit going on. Hey, what's going on, man? And it ain't, and like I said, tough guys don't prove they tough. You don't have to. Everybody knows it. You carry yourself that way. So if you need a break, man, or whatever the case may be, you know, hey, man, it's hard to be married, man. I'm married, bro. I'm 22 years in, bro. That shit is, my old lady was chewing my ass out yesterday. I'm 22 years in, but it don't never get, like a Disney movie, man. You know what I'm saying? Why? She's a fucking woman. I'm a man. We're two different creatures, right? Two different. We just gotta find that common thing that we, you know, that we get down for each other and be like, hey, man, this what we doing? Yeah, all right. You do your part. I'm gonna do my part. But I'm gonna be mad because I wanted to be 69 in the house and you want the shit 75. That's a problem, man. So let's figure out how to figure it out, man. That mental health is real, brother. And like you said, man, you had them 3 issues, bro.
Yeah.
That's I'm not no stuff a lot. I'm not no superstition guy at all, right? But it's funny how people say that thing comes in 3s when people start checking out, man. Because my father died New Year's Day, 2005. Thank God he wasn't in Katrina because, you know, he had lost his leg with the sugar and shit. But New Year's Day, 2005, 6 months later, my sister died. 6 months later, my mother died.
Yeah.
05, 06, man. 3s. 3. That shit was rough, man. Shit changed me, bro. So, that's I get it, man. You got to take that time, bro, but just don't take your time fucking yourself off. Take your time to figure it out. Take your time to get some help, you know?
You gotta take that David Chappelle time.
I was learning how to control my emotions, too, because I ain't like, my dad had me with one emotion. You feel me? My dad didn't know how to, like, my dad, to this day, like, he the one that told me to take the break because he learned how to control his emotions and all. He only had one emotion, so he, you know, I didn't know experience none of this stuff. It sent me right into a bad depression. So I'm like, yo, I think I'm going crazy or something. Like, I don't know what's going on. You know, I started calling my dad every day, talking to him, like telling him how I'm feeling every day and all that. He told me what it was. Like, you're depressed. He like, you just need a break. He like, take your time. He like, this is what I want you to do. Take your time and just learn to figure out your emotions. He like, you got a lot of emotions and you can like just learn, but take your time. So that's what
and you know, I think guys who come from fighting family, fighting culture.
Yeah.
I think we taught to punch a motherfucker in the mouth. And it works. Punching motherfuckers in the mouth works. Like kicking somebody's ass I'm talking about a real ass kicking, it works. So then you become, that's a go-to, right? Yeah. That's that, man, fuck. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. But that ain't the real world either. You know what I'm saying? That's got to be kept in the context, man. So I think so add that to it. You don't have the ability to at a certain time you're unable to deal with what's going on. Don't recognize depression. I've heard guys older than me, man. The fuck is depression, man? That pussy. And I go, man, you what you haven't dealt with, man? What's going on in your life, man? Because there's some shit going on in your life that you burn, that you scared to death of it. You scared to death of opening that can of worms, man. Your daddy didn't like you, or you had a uncle sticking his finger in your ass or something. What's going on, bro? What's wrong with you, man? They don't want to talk about that, bro. That's scary, bro. That's some scary shit. Depression is, say, man, as a man, check it out. As a man, I'm sure you felt that. You got kids, Jack?
Yeah, I got a son. And I got his brother. I've been in his life since he was 1.
So you got 2. Yeah. So you got 2 kids. Check this out. as a man, bro, especially an ass kicking man, right? You go, man, I got to, even if it's subconscious, even if you physically never said it, audibly, you say, man, I got my boys, man, I can't show them I'm fucking wigging out. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking tripping. You know what I'm saying? I got to stick my chest out and all that shit. That's where the conditioning comes in. Yeah. That's where when them two get old, man, fuck that. Sticking their chest. Nah, son, come here, man. Come here, man. Let me tell you something. In his house, you don't got to show the world. Yeah. But right here at home, son, let's, get that shit out, man. Hey, cry, whatever it is, bro, because we all do it. Let's get that shit out, man. But that's I think that mental health, bro. I'm glad that there's some awareness out there for brothers to realize because now watch this. Let me flip the script. Everybody else is scared to deal with that shit. But a real tough guy will say, dude, I'm fucked up right now, man. My brother passed, my cousin passed. You know what I'm saying? God damn, bro. I don't know what to do with myself. You know what I'm saying? That's like going to the gymnasium and somebody saying, do this. Oh, I got it. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. But yet you never do this because you ain't training. You rather than show me you vulnerable and say, Coach, I don't know what the fuck you talking about, man. What you talking about? Teach me something. Rather than do that, they rather pretend they got it, right? Well, the pretending they got it, people get their ass whooped. In life, the pretending you got it all together in mental health, when you don't, that's the ones that eat a bullet one day or whatever the case may be. Hey, I had a buddy growing up. This is the truth. I had a buddy growing up, locked up so much. Bless his heart, he marching both my weddings and everything. Man, this was a best friend, older guy than me too. I was up under him coming up in the street. Yeah. And he physically, this was in the 90s. He physically one day told me, "Man, man, fuck these bills, bro. I'm about to go get locked up, man. Fuck this." I said, "What?"
Oh shit.
I said, "What? This is a best friend. He probably will see this and comment on this shit." Yeah. Man, fuck these bills, man. Whole ass boss on the job. I'm about to stomp him out. I said, man, Dick, you got to quit doing this shit, man. And sure enough, he'll do something. And that show you how that subconscious works. Now, it wouldn't be shit to get him more than a year or two, right? Yeah. But he'll go sit down and joke that year and a half. Then he come home, we got to do a party and all that shit, and he'll get a job. And, he was a hustler and shit, but then a year or two go by, man, and he's beefing with some gal he's trying to be with and shit, and going to the job, and he gonna sock somebody in the mouth or something. Man, I fuck these bills, bro. I'm about to go get. I said, no, you got to chill, man, with this shit, because they gonna lose you up there. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, to long story short, about 2002, man, they gave me like 75 years, man.
Oh shit.
And yeah, man. Now it was on a bad the DA did something, and he actually sat down for about 12 years, long enough to figure it out. And I'll be damned if he ain't give him back all that time, bro. And he's home now. He been home since about I'm gonna say 2010 maybe, right? And you don't never hear him say no shit about getting locked up no more, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's subconscious, bro. When you ain't dealing with your emotions, man, with just day-to-day life. And we talking about bills, bro. Bills in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? Fuck these people, man. I go sit down and they gonna feed me and everything.
Well, we used to live in a time where you can get away with that shit. Because growing up, I grew up on the west side of Chicago, and that's all we ever did was fucking fight. But when we fought, we knew we weren't gonna go to jail. We weren't gonna get in trouble. If anything, the fucking cops would just come, send us on our way. And that's half the time the cops would do some bullshit as well. But nowadays, you do some dumb shit like that, they're gonna lock your ass up. Not only that, you got ignorant motherfuckers out there that if you whoop their ass, well, then they want to go to the trunk and pop trunk and handle it different. Okay. We live in a totally different time and era and culture.
Would you say that's mental health, Fritz? Think about this. I think inability to deal with an altercation.
Oh shit.
The inability the inability to deal with an altercation. And I ain't saying a guy needs to be a trained fighter. That ain't what I'm saying. You know, there's very few, you know, in the grand scheme of things, there's few people trained to fight, right? But we all knew tough guys in the street, right? They would fight. Didn't matter if you was a boxer, they'll fight you, right? But the guys who, and I ain't, listen, man, I'm pro capital punishment, so I'm definitely pro in the street knocking motherfuckers' head off, depending on what was done, right? But not no fighting shit. You know what I'm saying? You fight, motherfucker. Defend yourself or duck your head and live like that and go away. So would you say that a guy who won't fist fight, right? That's a huge fear for him to defend himself. Would you say that's a inability to cope, coping mechanism? I'm gonna run and go get this pistol. Like, I'm not gonna defend myself,
but I'm gonna go get this gun.
I'm gonna go get this gun. And wait a minute. When young Josh ain't got nothing but a hand with some skin on it, and he's talking about come out here in the street, man, and I go get a pistol. You know what I'm saying? That's it's almost like, again, is men not being trained to deal with life on life's terms, I guess you would say. You know what I'm saying? He ain't. Hey, in other words, here's what I'm saying. Now, we're talking about a real squabble. If Josh say, "Fuck this, man, come outside, man," undoubtedly was some shit went on that you done did. So we got to, whether be it just talking reckless, or you fucking stole something, or you was talking to my gal, or whatever the case may be. Whatever.
Let's get this shit off our chest.
Let's go handle this thing out. And you won't go outside. You go out the back door, go get a pistol, come back and shoot up the whole barber shop. You talking about emotional, and emotions ran rapid. But again, for the inability to deal with the situation at hand. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. I think a lot of dudes don't understand, man. Ass whoopings work, but a fair fight. An ass whooping ain't that bad either, man. Take your lumps, man. So, get your eye bloody nose, your eye blacked up, go home, but you're defending yourself. You would win more by putting them fucking paws up and losing. Cause now you come to the back barbershop and the motherfucker say, "Oh man, he got in your ass." Yeah, but I was trying to get that motherfucker with everything I could do. And they say, "Yeah, you was, man. You was, but fuck him." Now you might. It's the same thing as in the schoolhouse, man. Am I right or wrong? What y'all think?
I'm gonna make this point. And then we're gonna jump back into boxing. But I bet if we look, I bet if we look into the correlation of time and the cultural change, because growing up, right, we were raised differently. When I got to my first fight, the teacher called the house. I don't know what grade I was in, but the teacher called, talked to my mom, and told my mom, "Hey, Manny has gotten into 8 fist fights so far this year." And I get home, and we're sitting at the dining room table, and this is a true fucking story. We're having dinner. My dad throws food at me and says, and I said, "What the fuck? Why are you throwing food?" He goes, "Well, you're having food fights at school. Why don't you throw food around here at home?" And I looked at him, and my mom looked at him confused, and my brother looked at him confused. My mom goes, "What are you talking about? Didn't you tell me that he was having food fights?" "No, he was having fist fights." And my dad looked at him and looked at me and he said, "Okay, are you winning?" I said, "Goddamn right." So we were raised different as far as we were taught to defend. We were taught to defend ourselves. We were taught to handle it, with fist and shake hands afterwards, and you dust it off and you move forward. Somewhere along the way, the men in the house started disappearing, going off to jail, dying off, and whatever the case may be. And all of a sudden, it went from handle your business to go run and tell somebody. Go tell the teacher that you're having problems. Go tell the principal that you're having your problem. I don't want you to fight. I don't want you to handle your business like this. And I bet you there'll be a direct correlation on where the shift was in that change, because you're right. What was it? Wolfstein, Long Johnson. Yeah, we grew up in the 80s and 90s and totally safe. But we also live in a culture where now people just call the police. And if you don't call the police, well, then, you're popping trunks. So I don't know. I think the responsibility and the burden falls on us, the men and the fathers of the household to
listen. And it doesn't matter the excuse. It doesn't matter the excuse, Fresh. You nailed it. It doesn't matter the excuse why the father wasn't there. In other words, you need to understand why. Yeah. You need to understand why so you can solve the problem. Yeah. But understand the father not being there is a fucking issue, man. Listen.
But are we too far removed now? Because now we have a society where, we have men, and again, we don't want to get too deep into this, but we live in a society now.
I don't give a shit, but we want to promote jazz, but I'm big on this shit. Go ahead.
We live in a society now where men, the husbands and the fathers are okay with their children, their boys wearing dresses and promoting it and saying, hey, it's okay to live your truth or be true to yourself. And, how you're setting that boy up to fight in school, and then you're going to go back and tell the same boy, well, we don't want you fighting. I want you to go run and kill somebody. So you're dressing him up in a dress, and then you're telling him not to defend himself when he's going to get picked on at school. And you got
something on this, Josh? Because I got an answer. You got something on this one?
How do we reclaim? And I don't know what the word would be, but how do we reclaim our boys so we can turn them into men?
I think it ain't gonna go back. You know why? Because now it's like men, like fathers. Some fathers are scared of their children. Like their children really put fear in it. The way
I've seen that. I've seen that.
They don't have no respect for them. They don't have nothing, so they don't care. Like whatever they say, if they go away, go to jail, and then come home, the child would be like, "You wasn't in my life. You wasn't around." Or if they not around for the mom, they're like,
Lost your
Go in. You gotta go in and back out, Josh. You got
Josh. Yeah, he can't hear.
Yeah.
You gotta come out and come back in. You got another call.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a good answer. No. Hell of a point, though, Fred. Hell of a question, bro. Yeah, it's real.
My bad. My alarm.
Yeah.
I had
good.
It cut off on us.
But I said, unless men start putting their foot down, start whooping their ass again, you're gonna have to take it back to the old school. They're gonna really have to start going in. Because these kids out here, they don't got no respect no more. They're gonna do what they want regardless. If they want to wear a dress, they're gonna wear a dress now. Now it's their choice to wear a dress now. They don't care. They see what's going on in these music videos, they on TV.
Bro, let me tell you something. My daughter, we were watching a movie, and again, this is my personal experience. I don't have no hate, no judgment, no nothing. Everyone, do you?
Yeah.
But as far as me and my kids,
I hate some shit. But go ahead.
As far as me and some kids, I hate actions. I don't hate people. I'm not gonna hate the person, but
I hate some of these devils. Go ahead.
We're watching TV. My daughter's about to be 9, and I think she's very well balanced for 9. I don't expose her to too much, but she's watching TV. We're watching a series together, and there was a lesbian scene, and my daughter's watching it, and she looked at me and she said, "Dad, their relationship is weird to me. I don't understand it." And no. She didn't say that. Let me make sure I say it correctly. She says, "Dad, Their relationship is confusing to me. I don't understand it. And I said, well, maybe it's Hollywood. They do weird shit in Hollywood. Don't put too much thought into it. But in the back of my head, I'm like, fuck, why do I have to explain this shit? I got to figure out. I'm like, why do I have to figure out how to explain this shit to my daughter? It shouldn't be in their face like that.
Yeah.
And so it's an uphill battle. For
That's
sure.
That's part of being a man, brother.
Yeah.
You got to explain it because you her father. Watch this. Let me take it back.
I know why, but why should I have to?
Because it's gonna be a lifetime worth of uncomfortable shit you're gonna have to explain as a man. But watch this. Watch this. And I know you will. You will, right? You was doing it. And the fact that she was even able to fucking say what she said to you is benefits that you're doing a great job, right? And
she was able to say it to you.
Yeah.
Right. Because a lot of kids wouldn't even say that. They would sit there, think it, and then try to go figure it out on their own and make mistakes and no telling what has influence on them. But watch this.
Yep.
Let me be the voice of reason. Let me be the voice of let me give some positivity spin on this shit. Watch this. As an ardent reader in a study of history, because I enjoy it. I wish I'd have enjoyed it as a kid in school, but I had to get grown to realize books and shit is where the answers is, right? So throughout history, man, and I don't care which republic or which dynasty you look at, man, there's nothing new under the sun, bro. What we seeing here right now in America is nothing new. You could pick up history books and see this same shit. And I don't care if it's what Fresh just mentioned, what Josh just mentioned a while ago. One thing that we got to recognize, though, is in America, is that once we put it this way, I'm an Irish white guy, but I come from a predominantly black culture, right? So therefore, that just gave me the insight to look and say, okay, did I see this, as opposed to say like what's going on in my house, even though we was living in the hood, but I got to see my culture, got to see my best friend's culture and shit like this. And I'm looking now, regardless if you're a conspiracy guy, regardless if you think it was on purpose, regardless of all that shit, there was an actual time when fathers wasn't attacked. Another what I'm saying is, when you look in American history, regardless of civil rights, regardless of our slave antebellum history, all that shit, there was a time in the 40s, 30s, and 50s where in the household there was a man, there was a wife. She played a role. The father played his role, went to work, even while dealing with say what's the word I'm looking for that's so abundant right now today? Discrimination. Even when they went on a job and there was discrimination, motherfuckers holding him back and all this old type of shit, that man went home, was a husband to his wife, a father to his kids, got up and did it again, right?
Yeah.
There was an actual time in that 60s, mid-60s period when the civil rights thing was happening, right? And remember, I have a perspective. My father was in his 40s, bro, when the civil rights shit was happening. He was a grown man with kids and all that shit. So he lived one way as a North Louisiana white man, and then seen this thing happening in the 60s, seen where it went all the way up until he passed away. There was an actual thing that happened in the 60s where, as a result from conspiracy or just happenstance, that the man was taken out of the house. He was taken out of the house. Yeah. In other words, with poverty came, you need help, right? And that's why I get so worried about our young people in this country who's all for gimme. I mean, we got to the point now to where there's a faction of this country of young American, smart American kids who are like pro-socialism, pro-communism and shit, not understanding that it does sound good when you read it. It does, man, because people are poor, people are struggling, people are hungry and shit, right? And one of my biggest heroes was Fred Hampton. You can't tell me nothing about Fred Hampton, right? My biggest flaw was that he was a socialist, and I said, well, shit, had he lived longer, he might have figured that shit out and been like, okay, we can still give power to the people, but what we need to do is create our own election blocks and our own power structure and movement, not give up our rights to be taken care of, right? That's my personal opinion. Like Fresh said, this is my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But when the city, when the state governments, when the federal government started saying, well, look here, baby, you poor, you starving, we gonna give you these food stamps, we gonna give you this, we gonna help you on the rent and all that shit, but you better not have no ready, able man in that house who can go to work, because we ain't gonna give you that. I promise you, without even looking at it, you start going look at the penitentiary, rise, the all the things that even addiction, because you can't have a woman being a man, a daddy and a mama. Because over the next 30, 40 years, right? I just said the mid-60s. The next 30, 40 years, all of a sudden those lines become blurred. And what the kids think is their natural inclination or their, like Fresh said, their truth, right? What happens is, no, it's just blurred, baby girl. Mama was daddy in your house. Son, mama was daddy in your house. You know when the mama started doing what a mama do, because Lord knows we know single mothers are the roots of this thing, right? And God bless them. I'm not putting no blame on no woman, but she had to man up. She had to tell her son, "Come on, man, get your ass out there." But she did it with a neck pop. She did it with I can't do my neck like that, but you know what I'm saying. She did it with a neck pop and all this old shit, and then all of a sudden boys started talking like this and acting like this, man. And now take that and let's just put it with when a daddy is there, when a mama is there, whatever, outside influences is used, like Fresh said, Hollywood, music, all these things play a pivotal role too, right? And you'll notice, man, we're going haywire like several places throughout history, man. Several. Go look at it, man. I ain't got to go no further than go look at Greek. Go look at them Greeks, man. Go look at the history, man, what they was doing. Them grown men who were warriors on the battlefield. Go see what they was doing at the house. Nasty motherfuckers. But here's the thing. All these things play a pivotal role, man. And I think you could trace it all the way down to not wanting to fist fight, not wanting to defend themselves, run home, get the pistol. To the things you said that baby girl was looking at, to the thing now. Also throughout, just so we don't get no letters and get
take our sponsors taken away from us.
Yeah, get the sponsors. Check this out. You know what else is as old as history? Homosexuality and shit like that. That's been around. That ain't nothing new, right? So I'm not saying you guys wasn't born like that or whatever, but there is a faction. There is a faction of this thing that people are being influenced, right? And making decisions based on influences and based on upbringing and shit like that. Yeah. And maybe they truth ain't they truth. Maybe they've been conditioned that way. You understand what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So same thing with getting the piss. Same thing with my homeboy saying, man, fuck these bills, man. Fuck this. I'm going to sit down for a little while, man. I need a vacation. How can you condition yourself that being locked up is a vacation? That's some conditioning for your ass right there, right? Right? So yeah, we don't save the world today. That's enough.
We're not gonna charge for any of that therapy right there. Just send no letters.
And all this shit, I could be wrong, man. I've been known to be. So do your own thing, man. I don't give a flying rat's ass, man.
All right, man. Let's get back to fucking boxing, man. What we got going on tonight? We got Charlo and who's this dude he's fighting?
Hey, did y'all see this thing with the gloves? I just seen this. Somebody just sent me this.
What?
Castañeda's people say the fight's off. They found something. I ain't joking either. This ain't a Fury joke. This is real. Somebody said that Castañeda, when they was inspecting gloves or some shit, that the right hand glove. Did y'all see this or is this bullshit?
I'm looking. Nah, I don't see nothing yet.
Hold on, it was sent to me. It said it was ESPN. Now listen, man, Derrick James has wrapped my fighter's hands before and everything, man. It was shocking, amazed me if there's some dirty shit going on with these guys. Okay, let me say that out the gate.
Yeah.
But somebody sent me that, man. I was like, what the hell? Here we go.
I don't see that.
Okay, reported on Supreme. Let me read this for y'all. Supreme Boxing on Supreme Boxing, the media site.
Yeah.
Brian Castano's team reveals to ESPN Knockout. That's a different another what you call it. That due to the controversy with Jermell Charlo's gloves, until now there will be no fight this Saturday for the Super Welterweight Championship. Quote: Charlo's right glove has a balloon, and that glove cannot be approved. The commission gave us the reason at 3 in the afternoon. Charlo's representative called Jermell coach Derrick. They said that they could go in 2 hours, and the Texas Commission said 5. They would come. Go get the gloves at 5 and come with a bodyguard. They kicked our translator out and allowed Charlo to have a bodyguard, and I never saw anything like it in my life. So this must have been at that little skirmish, huh?
Yeah.
They must have had another little skirmish.
That fucking guy.
So far, there is no fight. It is not for money. With the glove, we do not fight. Our gloves are fine. Sebastian Contorsi told ESPN Knockout. It's a repost from Leo's Boxing. I don't know what they mean, balloon. I don't know what that means. Huh.
That's not. I don't see nothing on.
Maybe it's just
Maybe it's breaking news.
I just was sent this, bro.
Well, you heard it here live.
When we was figuring out our shit. Don't quote me on it. I don't know if it's something to it or not, because if they just mean like maybe the leather separated from the padding or something as a bubble, so that could just be a manufacturing thing and they just need to replace the gloves. Yeah. I don't know. I can't see them. I can't see, speaking on my history with Derrick James, which we ain't close partners or nothing, but we have been around each other. We've been in the gym, all that shit. And when he gloved and wrapped my kid up for a fight, there was no fishy shit going on, bro, at all. So if it's some fishy shit, it was on purpose. And I don't, speaking to his character, I don't believe that for a second. But we'll see. We'll see. I know there was some trouble at the weigh-in, so maybe, I don't know, maybe they're just trying to start some shit.
Yeah.
All right.
That'd be interesting.
Was we handicapping this thing, Josh? Who you got? What you think's gonna happen in this fight?
He gonna get stopped by Jermell Charlo.
Early, late, what you say?
I give him 6.
I'm always asked about, what I see happening, and man, I was very ignorant on the Castano kid, right? Yeah. So I went to look at him because I don't want to give an opinion. If I'll say I never seen the kid fight. I don't know. Yeah. Before I would say something and that shit be wrong, and man, coach, you said this or nah, man, I don't know who this guy is, man. But so I went and watched this Laura fight. He was fighting a southpaw, but I watched the Laura fight and another fight. I didn't know who the opponent was, and what I seen, man, was Castano's basically a Jermell Charlo style fighter. Yeah, they very similar in style.
You telling me?
Huh?
He telling me for Jermell.
Yeah. So the problem is Jermell's a lot bigger guy. He's gonna be a lot stronger guy the night of the fight, and the way to give the Jermell Charlo style the fighting problems is to back him up. Yeah. And I don't see this guy being, based on what I seen and his style of fighting, I don't see in the race of backing up between these two. Yeah, the Castano kid is gonna get backed up, and when he gets backed up, that means Jermell will be firing them shots, and them 2 and 3 punch combination shots with everything, stepping on all of them. And
does Castano have a chance tonight?
Oh yeah, well, he's not a bum, so yeah, he's got a chance. I mean, he could clip him, but that'll be the way he wins if he just clips him, if he catches him slipping, and just catches him in between punches or something. But I think the chances are very slim based on what I've seen.
So were they?
What y'all
So
I'm a knockout. I think a knockout too because Castañeda wins the fight by going forward. That's how he beats people. And so he's going to have to push Jamel back in order to give his best shit. He's going to have to be walking Jamel backwards to throw any mustard. And I don't think he's going to be able to do it. I think he'll be going backwards, so it won't even be no mustard on nothing. But Jamel will be firing. Boom. So I see, and I have no dog in the fight outside of Jamel being from Houston, but,
I don't know why they didn't have the fight in Houston. Why they got it in San Antonio?
Let me tell you this, man. Yesterday I was on yesterday. I was talking to a guy, or maybe I was listening to something. It's not selling, bro. The brokers are giving away the tickets, man. They papering the fucking place. The place is like 19,000 seats in San Antonio. And Costello, I don't think Costello was a Mexican, right?
Oh, this fucking learned that.
I don't know.
I think he's Latino, but I think he's from he's Argentina or something. But
yeah, he's Argentinian.
Okay, so that's no draw. That's no draw to the Mexicans. So yeah, it was report. Sources tell me that the brokers are papering the venue, meaning they giving away tickets. In other words, buy 2 tickets, I'm gonna give you 4 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get people. They trying to get people in the venue. And I tell you, man, I'm glad it's on Showtime. But it really, listen, man, I don't play the promoter shit, right? I don't have no loyalty to no promoter, none, right? I'm not a promoter. I'm a trainer. Fucking I'm supporting my fucking fighters. That's what I'm doing, and I'm worried about if they sign a promotional deal, if the promoter's promoting them, right? That's where my loyalty lies with the promoters.
Yeah.
But boxing today is different than it was when I was growing up. Shit, it's different than it was 10 years ago, if you want to know the truth. Fans are loyal to promoters. It's the craziest shit I ever seen in my life. They loyal to promoters, and it's all based on who they're a fan of, right? In other words, let's say if I'm a Bruce Ennis guy, right? Okay, I'm a Bruce Ennis guy, and then Bruce push you or whoever's doing the push Josh on the card, right? And then they see Bruce's dad. What's Bruce's dad's name again? I forgot. Boozy, right?
Yeah.
They see Boozy in Josh's corner. Oh, they team Josh like a motherfucker now because it's residual. Now, if they fighting on the PBC, who does Boost fight on most of the time? Is it PBC? Showtime, which is a PBC. PBC got their deal with Showtime and Fox Sports, right? So they go.
Yeah, but he got a deal with just Showtime.
That's smart. Okay, Boots, you smart motherfucker. Well, your dad had been around forever, man. So y'all know what y'all doing. So they go. Oh, well, I'm Team Josh now. So anything that's negative to Josh, right? They do like what these new guys do. Yeah. I don't believe it. They just it's not true. It's fake. You know what I'm saying? Like when old boy got beat up. The gloves, the water, the everything. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah. so here's the thing. They're loyal to promoters, bro. It's the if your guy is a PBC guy or a top ranked guy or a matchroom guy. Well, matchroom does no wrong. Everybody else is shit.
Yeah.
Top rank does no wrong. PBC, the Al Heyman is the man. Anybody who ain't with Al Heyman is a joke. That's how they do their shit, bro. So you could tell. I said one day. I said when we based out of Houston, and when Jamal did that show, and Jamal was unifying the fucking 54 title, right?
Yeah. And
Jamel was doing a fucking middleweight world title fight, and they did it on pay-per-view. It sold less than fucking 200,000, bro. Like it was like 160,000 sales, 180,000, depending on who you get your news from, right?
Yeah. So
I said, man, that's fucking horrible, man. This show should have been huge. Yeah. And Banana was on the undercard against Was it J-Rock? Oh, no. Who was Banana? Banana was fighting Jamel. That's what it was. Banana was fighting Jamel, so that's a name. Jamel's a name.
Yeah.
And when I say name, clearly not a draw, but a name. I said, and I go, man, that's horrible, bro. That they, the promoters fucking up. I didn't blame the kids. I said the promoters fucking up because that shit should be. And here they come, bro. Here come the PVC loyalists, man. Coach, what you talking about? That's good numbers. That's good. I said, son, that's so far away from good numbers. You have no idea what they had to pay these kids, man. Yeah. That shit is horrible, bro. There was no money for nobody else. Nobody else.
But they have a track record of that. So it can't. Why haven't we seen an increase in their movement, in their campaign, in their marketing?
I don't know, man, because
I hear what you're saying as far as the promotions, right? But if I'm the company, right, and I see the first time that we didn't get the numbers that we needed, well, then I'm going to make the adjustments. But we're on the third show that we've seen something like this. What was the show? The one that they had in Houston in the Arena Theater. I mean, what was it? The Arena Theater?
That we co-main event on. Yeah, we co-main event, and it was crickets in that motherfucker. But I've seen media say
it was in Houston.
In Houston, the media was saying it's sold out. I remember that, and I was like, man, what the fuck is going on with this bullshit, man? But here's my point. You can't blame, right? You can't blame the fighter because he's winning, Fresh, right? He's winning. He's doing everything you asking him to do.
I think it's weird. Logically, I hear what you're saying. He's winning. He's got belts.
He's in the most competitive division, if not the most competitive division. One of them, right? What I mean is the top 10 can fight, all of them. And the proof is how the titles be switching hands, right? I mean, we got my guy Jared Hurd. We got J-Rock. I'm a super fan. We got Jamel. We got Tony Harrison. I'm a super fan. You got what's the other guy, Josh, who just beat Banana. You got Banana. He just beat Banana. Erickson Lubin. Most competitive, evenly matched division in boxing. These fights should constantly be sold out, right?
And yet you're not getting any love. But then you got a fighter like Broner who keeps fucking constantly losing and talking shit, and he's got a following that'll follow him all over the fucking country.
Yes,
so how does that
work? Broner is the start of that shit. Let me give y'all my conspiracy theory. No, seriously, watch this.
Because the Charlos are absolutely not getting any love. And it's
not outside their own fan base. Right. Check this out. Broner, I would say, would y'all say he was the first guy to get the residual love off of Junior? Because Junior was saying, this is my guy, this is the next guy. Junior was on, Lil Floyd was on, he was making paydays, but what he had 10 years after that, maybe, but not really just a bunch of mega fights. He was already the guy, right? He was the guy. And I think him saying he was selling Broner to us. And Broner could fight. I'm not shitting on Broner. And Broner, he was sucking all that up and getting those titles from subpar title holders, but the thing is, he was doing his job. So people start saying, this is the next guy. This is the next guy. Yeah. And when he shit the bed, it's like that fan shit is so heavy that they said he didn't shit the bed. It was an accident. So now he said he's going to do it again. We with him. So it's almost like, you know what it is, bro? What's your sneakers, Josh? What's your sneakers?
What do I like?
Yeah, your main sneakers.
Yeezys.
Brand. Not the style, the brand.
Oh,
Adidas. That's a good man right there. That's why I fuck with him. That's probably why he can fight right there. Manny, what's your sneaker brand? Nike. Guess what? No matter how many whack Nikes they put out, you're gonna look at Nike first, is what I'm saying, and look for your ones you like but you more subject to give Nike a shot, right or wrong. You more subject to say, I'm going to Nike first. I'm not going to Adidas or anybody. That's what it is. That's what I'm trying to say. That brand identity is in boxing. And guess what? Here's what young fans don't understand. Boxing doesn't work like that, bro. Boxing, the fighter is the brand, bro. Yeah. You motherfuckers are loyal to the wrong motherfuckers, man. Hey, who do me a favor. Do me a favor. Y'all, we're gonna do a little game. Y'all answer first. Whichever one says blurts out the answer first, y'all win a free subscription to Soapboxing Podcast. You just gotta press the subscribe button. Check this out. Who was Joe Louis' promoter? We could be here all fucking day. You ain't gonna know the answer. That's my point.
Yeah.
Who was Joe Louis? Everybody knows who Joe Louis was, right? So that's the thing, man. Joe Louis was beloved by the world. Not Joe Louis was promoter, right? So not his matchmaker or trainer, right? So that's what I mean. So today you go, whoever's who. Oh, he's on PBC. Yeah, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? That's not me shitting on PBC top ranked match, bro. We need them. They play a role, right? But I'm saying the fighter is the fucking brand, bro. It's the brand. So you could tell me how great Jamel Charlo is, right? And you could believe he's the greatest thing since Sugar Ray Leonard. It doesn't matter because in San Antonio, fucking 3 hours down the road, they paper in the fucking venue, bro. I'm telling you that Jamel Charlo could fight, and what he's doing is special, right? Regardless if I'm a fan, you a fan, man is a fan. That's just neither here nor there. Yeah. What he's doing is special. He's unifying a division. Now he's about to undisputed a division, and nobody's there, man. Nobody. Who gives a fuck?
When Canelo, whoever fights in Dallas, or Earl Spence fights in Dallas, motherfuckers travel all over the fucking country, whether it's Houston, San Antonio, Austin, we're gonna be there. Motherfucker don't want to drive no hour and a half to San Antonio to watch.
Ain't that sad? Ain't that sad though? He's about to undisputed. He's about to. I remember when Earl was fighting Mikey, huh? I had to call danger for something. One of my amateur fighters, Josh. Yeah. I say, I forget what I called him for. It was sorry. I said I needed him to come by the house or some shit, right? And it was like 5 o'clock Saturday evening. I'm sorry, like 7 o'clock Saturday evening. I say, bro, pass by the house. I need to whatever. Danger say, Coach, I'm pulling up to the fucking Cowboy Stadium, bro. I'll see you tomorrow, man. I said, what? He said, man, I'm going to watch Earl, man, and Mikey. I said, all right, bro, I got you. That's what draws do. People who draw do. Where you look at now, again, this is not no backhanded compliment. No, I'm saying Jamel's promotion ain't doing the right thing, bro. That's what I'm saying. For him. They do the right thing for other people.
Uh-huh.
Well, there's only so much you can do to
what y'all think? Oh, here we go, letting this fan creep in.
I think you're right about that.
There's only so much you can do. Listen. So here's the deal. At the end of the day, it's sports entertainment, right? I guess people ain't being entertained.
It is. Entertainment is absolutely part of boxing. Yeah. But here's the thing, man. Here's the thing.
Everybody has a part to play. You
right, bro.
A fighter. You gotta have somebody, like not your promoters do their part, but you gotta have somebody that's promoting, basically you in the fight in your city. You gotta be able to have people like you gotta have
that. To me is
at least it's
retarded
that you gotta have they constantly keep promoting this shit just to bring the fans in for you.
We was having this conversation with I was having this conversation with our new with a guy last week for fighters kickboxing promotion out of Cali, who's a big boxing guy as well, but he kickboxing his thing, and we were talking about it, and the promotion part of it is like you got to understand that all those moving parts. In other words, let me say this. Well, how they sell shit then, Fresh? If Jamel's a Honda Civic, well, how they sell shit then? Because there's some other guys that ain't even Honda Civics. They hooped us with ball tires on them motherfuckers, man. And they sell the public on this is it. But what I was telling the kickboxing.
I don't get that. Like that's what I mean. I'm genuinely dumbfounded by the fact that they can't create more energy for this fight.
The point I was making with the kickboxing guy was that I believe that each promoter has a equation they go by, right? A way they do things, and they only gonna do it for who they gonna do it for. And so Jamel must fall under a certain level of what they'll do to promote that guy, right? Yeah. And that's where he's gonna be at until now. What they say about PBC is they paid so well that the kids don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? And he's cementing his legacy with titles and probably be undisputed title and champion in the morning. So maybe that's fine for him, right? Yeah. Maybe he don't give a fuck if it's 300 people in the audience, as long as he wins those titles and they pay him. But I think that's what it is. They have a system. Every promoter has a system, and you got to find as a fight like Josh, as a young fighter, 6-0 undefeated fighter. When he gets into the system, whichever system he gets into, it's incumbent upon him to understand what I'm saying. Yeah. They have a system. What's their system? Okay, their system is this, and this. Okay, I've got to maneuver my boxing into that system and understand that's how they do it. Because when I do get to a title contention and or let's say a title holder, I understand they gonna have a watermark for me if I don't start doing this and doing that, right? Rather than sitting back waiting on them to do everything. You see what I'm saying? You can't, but they got to do the things they're supposed to do, which is promote the fight. Maybe Jamel's shit is as simple as adding a Texas flag on his shit. Maybe he don't say Texas enough, as much as he says Texas. Maybe he don't say Texas enough. That shit should be selling out, man.
That nigga should be on billboards all around Texas.
Yeah, man, this is real. This is some shit that's happening tonight, man. And
going on in your city, like really going on in your city, no matter what part of Texas you from, you still from Texas.
Right.
You should be on the billboards, all going to Texas, leaving Texas. Everybody should see you.
Yeah, man.
Well, it is what it is. We'll see. If I have time to tune in tonight, I'm gonna watch that fight.
Well, it's on free showtime. I'm gonna watch it.
I want my money back.
On free showtime. That's crazy. Man is mad. Man is mad because he lost a bet with Jamel at the Golden Gloves, man. That's all he's mad about. They gambled on the fight, and he lost. Now he's mad at the man. Nah.
What does he do?
There you go. Josh, who we fighting, man? Who we fighting, bro?
My trainer, Boozy, though, who we fighting, bro. I don't like. That's a fighter after my own heart, bro. You trust your trainer, bro. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, he wants to win just like you want to win. Yeah. So I already know. Like, I mean, he watched the fighter. He sets the game plans up for the gym. I mean, all I do is follow the game plan
and work.
Yep. Get in there and do what I gotta do at the end of the day.
Is it on a stream? They gonna have it on a platform like Facebook, anything?
It's on a stream. That boxing is like a boxing. It's like a new stream where they streaming everybody that be fighting now.
Do me a favor, brother. When you get it, I mean, I know it's hard. You know, you training busy, but
I already had it. They got it. It's on my Instagram page. I added it and on the flyer.
Okay, we gonna be sure to get it if it's if it's not.
Give it to you, man.
All right. We can post it up. We can post it up. If it's a paid thing, we'll post it up. If we could put it on our shit and spread it, we'll do that too. Whatever. It don't matter. If it's paid, we'll just share it so that people buy it. You know.
Then I still have people go live on my page too for people that don't want it. Man.
It's July 24th, 2001, 6 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be at 2300 Arena.
You mean 2011? You said 2001.
2000. Oh shit, man! 2021. Fuck! I just lost 10 years. July 24th, 2021, in Philadelphia. You could stream it at bxngtv.com.
Yeah,
it's boxingtv.com with no O, no I. Again, that's bxngtv.com.
On there on the day before.
Oh yeah.
There's a kid from New Orleans. I forgot his name, but he the main event the day before.
Yeah, I'm gonna check him out.
Y'all can check out go ahead.
Are you familiar with that King's promotion up there? Ain't that in Pennsylvania?
I'm familiar with them. Yeah, I know.
How they doing out there? They active or what?
Yeah, they active. They do business with Al.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of they fighters be with like on Al cards and all that.
We were supposed to be on one of their cards. And when did the pandemic hit? At the end of 19, right?
Yeah.
Or the beginning of 20, something like that.
No, when did it start? When did it
end? It ended in 2000.
No, when did it start?
Oh.
Yeah, it started like
talking like me now.
The end of 2019.
We was on the King's promotion card supposed to be, and we were supposed to fly out Wednesday.
Yeah.
And something happened, but what happened? And anyway, the promoter got COVID, his son got COVID.
Yeah.
It was they didn't even fight. The show didn't even go on at a casino up there. Yeah, man. So good, yeah, man. Hopefully we up there one day, man. I would love to pass by y'all gym, man. I couldn't hear you. What happened?
You in Texas now, right?
Yeah, we in Houston. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably take me a little vacation anyway. You know, at this little take like a couple days, to get out the city.
Shit, y'all come. Hey, you come down here, DM, bro. Come swing by the gym, man. Holla at us, bro. Yeah, absolutely, bro.
What you get out the city more now, even for like training and all that too. You know,
for myself, thank you for the vision of believing in myself.
Where that music coming from, man?
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, loud. I can't hear.
Go ahead.
Right quick before we go, man. Top 3 pound for pound. What you got?
Top 3 pound for pound?
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford. As of right now or all time?
No. Right now. Active fighters.
Terrence Crawford. I'm a Canelo Alvarez boy. And who's my number 3? Who can I say my number 3 is? I give it to Tank.
Man, that fucking Tank. Now that's a draw. That's a guy who draws, and he ain't even been in no super fights yet. And he draws. So whoever fights him at that, oh shit! Wait a minute, you 35, bro?
Yes, sir.
That's 35. That's your division, man. Who? Right? Give me. Who's the top 3 lightweights in the world?
Ain't it Teofimo, Gervonta, Tank Davis, and ain't it Devin Haney?
That's your personal? I mean your personal.
Oh, my personal?
Yeah.
Yeah, they my personal.
Yeah, bro. They got 3 or 4 names under them. That division, so that's a stacked division, bro. 35, man.
That's one of my favorite divisions.
Hell yeah.
You watch any of the gals? You watch women's boxing?
Yeah, I watch women's boxing.
Who you watch?
Clarissa Shields. What's her name? Because she fought on the team. I still be watching Michaela Myers.
Yeah, Michaela Myers. Yeah.
And what's her name? Who had fought, and they overturned the fight because the person was taking like PEDs or something.
I forget her name.
She's with Queen's manager. Yeah. Shit. Oh god damn.
A name like
out of Baltimore, man.
Yeah. Some Queen.
No, that's aggravating the shit out of me. I seen that at the Triller show we did too.
I see it. You see it there too. I fought in the amateurs, but too, and I be watching a lot of that fight.
Why am I tripping out there? One snatch, old boy snatched the hair off in the ring. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. She can go too. Yeah, man. Do you check for?
And I do Tierra Brown.
Yeah. Do you check for Amanda Serrano, bro, out of New York, Puerto Rico? Yeah, man, she's bad, bro. She fights in everything, bro. She's an MMA fighter. She's a boxer. She's everything, bro.
I be watching, I watch him. I watch a lot. You know, I pick up everything from everybody. So
yeah, man.
Study as much as I can.
Women's boxing is bad, bro. It's competitive. Like these girls can fight, man. I'll tell you what, our team, bro, they just touched down in Tokyo. Between Jenny, Naomi, and what's the other girl's name? I'm tripping, but if they medal and shit, bro, women's boxing is straight, bro. It's gonna just keep growing. It's just gonna keep growing, man. Let me see. All right. Let's do this rapid fire, and I'll let you go, bro. I know you're ready to go. Let's do this rapid fire, man. Just cause I like to do this here. We're gonna do the lightweight version. Overrated, underrated. What was the other one? Fresh, on par. What we say? On par. In other words, are they right where they supposed to be, or are they overrated, underrated? All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Teofimo Lopez.
On par.
Vasily Lomachenko.
He's on par.
Devin Haney.
He's on par. Yeah, I get it.
Tank.
No. Matter of fact, Devin Haney, they underrate Dev. I think he's a lot better than like some people.
Than giving credit.
Yeah. Tank
Davis. George Cambosa. That Australian that Tio was fighting.
Damn, I'm looking forward to that fight.
Yeah, he underrated.
He is underrated, bro. That kid's better than what people know, man.
That boy can fight.
Well, I would have had Nakatani, but I think Nakatani might be through, man. After that, that was bad, man. I thought he got dominated, and I didn't think that was gonna go like that at all, man.
Yeah.
Based on his last several performances, so Loma
back.
He beat him down, bro. He beat him down, bro, in that fight.
I said it. I told
you. Fresh two. He was saying, nah, coach, this motherfucker, he gonna come back and dominate. I was like, man, this Japanese fella's bad, bro. He's 6 foot, he can fight. Nah, man, I was wrong. It's 2 left shoes, man. Let me tell you something, man. I'm very seldom wrong, bro. Very seldom wrong, man. One time Fresh told me I was wrong. I went and checked. I was really right. Nah.
All right, y'all. Well, Josh, man, we appreciate you tuning in. We got the info on the fight.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Come back on the show. You can tell us about how great that victory was.
Yes, sir.
And y'all make sure you tune in tonight.
Yeah, for the Jamaica. Is the Carlos kid still at y'all gym or what? That we fought?
Yeah,
he's doing good.
I be sparring John Carlos.
Okay, good, man. I'm glad to see. Fucking lost at the end of the.
At 47, right?
Yeah.
He a 40-pound fighter too. Yeah, 40.
I knew that.
He fight on the 31st.
I knew that. He was a 40 when they offered, but he was a replacement.
Yeah,
because we was fighting fucking Lomachenko, bro. We was fighting Lomachenko's chief sparring partner for that fight.
Yeah,
2 weeks out. Now it's a right hand stock at 154 pounds. Josh, 154 pounds.
Oh shit.
We was amateur at 52,
Yeah.
and we fought as high as 65 in the amateurs. But we're a 47-pound fighter. But I took a few 54s when he started, like you did when you was staying busy.
Yeah.
So I took this fight because we was gonna ass whip him in front of the whole world, and he was undefeated and shit, right? And so 2 weeks before the fight, he pulls out. And so now they came at us with a couple fights, and they came at with your guy.
Yeah.
I said, well, he's a fucking southpaw puncher,
Yeah.
140-pound puncher. I said, man, y'all some cold-blooded motherfuckers. I said, you know, I checked him out. I believe we could get him.
Yeah.
And they both was coming off the layoffs, but I did see he was an active 140-pound fighter.
Yeah.
With 47. But bro, think about that. 2 weeks out, we wasn't weight lossing because we was gonna make 54.
Yeah.
We had to drain like a motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
So okay, that happened. Fight went the way it was. He put up a fucking he put up a hell of a fight. So then the next fight, we fighting on Nakatani Lopez, right? This time we fighting the Olympic gold medalist, that the fighting guy. You know what I'm talking about? Where's the Army beret and shit?
Yeah.
All right. I think he's 9-1, but he was a 2016 gold medalist.
Yeah.
We getting ready, bro. We was working, bro. We was working. And man, we was sparring. We was sparring Shakur. We was sparring Regis. We was sparring Shock. We was sparring Austin Trout. We was getting ready. Southpaw, right? We was getting ready. Man, my guy was firing on all cylinders. But let me tell you, man, I developed this guy from his very first punch when he walked in the gym in 2010, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, as a professional, we sitting there, what, 8-0 fresh? 8-0? I'm telling you, we have never looked as good as we look in this camp getting ready, bro. Oh, bro. I was.
That shit had you like, damn, we ready.
Dude, it was everything in me not to be posting saying, you know, do some prediction shit and everything. I'm like, man, we gonna stomp the fuck out of this, but I'll do that. But I was thinking it. I was thinking it like a motherfucker. A week before the fight, bro, Matters been calling me. Coach, how y'all doing? I said, yeah, we doing good, bro. I'm telling you, we gonna slay this fucking kid.
Yeah.
Fights off. What couldn't get his visa. What? And it was so close to the fight. There was no, you know, we couldn't get on the show. I wouldn't have took it anyway, unless it was a carbon copy of this guy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's boxing, bro. It's boxing, man. That shit happens, man.
Shit happen, bro. Like,
well, I'm glad. Tell that kid I said hi, man. I'm glad that he's in the gym about to kick some ass, man. We rooting for him. Tell him, bro. It's a business, but it's a sport. We want everybody to win, man.
Hell yeah.
All right, fellas. Shit, it was a good talk, man.
And that's a wrap.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. We'll get y'all next week.
Go.
All right, thank y'all.